right, so some tennis progressions here. First thing you could do is just hold the ball on your tennis racket. Second thing you could do is move around while it's on your tennis racket, so moving around. We have around the world, where you're trying to get the ball to roll around. You could do it one direction, opposite direction. All right, a way to make it more difficult is to use your other hand. That's another progression. All right, we could also turn that into a game. Last person to drop their ball. All right, next we're gonna move into some tapping the ball into the air. So you're just tapping it into the air continuously. We can turn this into a game. Who can keep the ball continuously going as long as possible? You could try doing forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. So flippity flop, what I like to call this one. Make it more difficult by walking around or moving around while you're doing it. You could try with your opposite hand. So I'm a righty, trying it with my left. All right, some other things you could do. I have forehand, so my four fingers facing up, or backhand. You can make it more difficult, choosing forehand or backhand. You could also do, I call this one flippity flop. Again, that forehand, backhand, just switching back and forth. There's another one, this one's super difficult, where you're doing karate chop. So you're trying to just chop the ball into the air. All right, another progression. Tossing the ball into the air and trying to catch it on your racket. So I toss it up, trying to let it have some give and catch it on my racket. So obviously the higher up that you toss the ball, the more difficult it's gonna be. All right, next progressions, we have dribbling down. So it's dribbling straight down. You can turn that into a game. Last person that stops dribbling, they win that. We can do dribble and catch, just one at a time, or you can continuous dribble. You can make it a little more difficult by dribbling while you're moving. So moving around and doing it. Really hard karate chop style, so you're doing it on the edge of your racket. So then we're moving into some other progressions here. You could do dribble, let it bounce once, dribble, let it bounce once, dribble, let it bounce once, dribble. You could do, I call this one, well this one's down, dribble, flippity flop, so down. So you're flopping back and forth each time, switching. You can try with your opposite hand, doing the same stuff, all the same progressions with your opposite hand. Then one that I really like, I call it one down, one up. So down once, up once, down once, up once. So that can be a lot of fun. All right, another one we're gonna have, let's see if I can turn the camera. This one's really fun. This is probably one of my favorite things here, is a wall self rally. So I have the ball, I have my four fingers facing the wall. When you grip the racket, you hold it out in front of you and you just shake hands with it. I have my four fingers facing the wall. I'm gonna let it bounce once each time. I'm just tapping it up against the wall, letting it bounce that one time. So how many can you do? I just had a fourth grade class, somebody did 50 in a row with that self rally up against the wall. Then you could progress into doing some backhands, same type of stuff with your backhand. You go forehand, then backhand, forehand, backhand. And then when we work into volleying, so you could try volleying or practicing on your serve, where you toss it up, trap it up high, up on the wall. So you're tossing with one hand, trapping it up against the wall. So those are some of our tennis progressions that we're gonna be working on in the next week or two.